Hey guys, welcome back to part 9 of our Oblivion Remastered walkthrough. So in the last episode, we gathered up some of our Transcendent Sigil Stones, specifically of the Fortify Magicka variety, which we're going to be using on our endgame gear. But right now we are transitioning into sort of our mid-late game gear. We did have our Destruction sort of set, but where we are with Destruction, we are gradually, piece by piece, taking it off as our Destruction naturally levels up to 100, and we're putting those into Restoration so we can make some good buff spells. So I did go ahead and off-camera sold our Destruction Cuirass, and we're going to go ahead and make this Ebony Cuirass one for Restoration. We'll go ahead and use whatever we have that is good, so use a Greater Soul, Fortify Skill, Restoration, Confirm, and we'll just name this the Heal Cuirass. And enchant that. Boom. And now we're up to 96 Restoration. So very, very close to 100, so we're able to cast spells pretty cheaply. So that's training spell that we had cast. It is very, very cheap, and we will be using that as we go along. While I remember, let's just quickly do that. All of our gear is fully repaired. Now that we are level 20, I think it's a good time to continue doing some of the Mage Guild quest line. So let's go talk with Raminis Paulus. We do want to get the Necromancer's Amulet. At this point, I think it's worth it. The highest level is 25, so we'll see how close we are to that level once we get into a position to do the quest. If we're close to level 25, we'll probably hold off until then, and that will be our endgame necklace slot. So let's talk with Raminis.
We come to the real work at last. You have, no doubt, seen some of the worst the guild has to offer. As much as we try to hold mages to a higher standard, they are only human. What I hope you will now see is that while the guild can be disjointed and misused, it can also achieve some wonderful things. Now you have an opportunity to engage in more meaningful tasks and continue with your advancement through the guild.
All right, tell me about advancement.
You do not yet qualify for further advancement in the guild.
Okay, well, tell me about a task.
Before you can begin work for the guild, you'll need to do something for yourself. Every mage carries a staff. It is crafted and enchanted by the guild and is a symbol of status. You need such a staff.
All right, tell me about the staff.
The wood used for staves comes from a grove to the northeast of the Imperial City, near Wellspring Cave. Several mages tend to the grove and should be able to assist you. Speak with either Zarasha or Ilette when you arrive, and choose wisely.
All right, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, and we need to go to this cave right here. So the closest is going to be the Imperial Prison Sewer. So we will just travel there, and I will run across the landscape. Probably not going to be super interesting. So I will just cut to when we are there at the place where we gotta be. All right, so here we are at Wellspring Cave. We just came down this way, and I was just casting my restoration training spell as we walked. There are a couple of mud crabs and like a bear on the way, but nothing too crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and travel through this little area right here. And oh no, our people are not here. Looks like they are dead. Which, too bad, so sad. I mean, it is a little sad. it is a little sad, but nothing we can do but avenge them now. So we'll go ahead and continue on here.
Who's there?
Okay. And oh, the guy survived. That one was a little bit tankier, but most of them will fall to a weakness spell in 3 hits. And this one got an elven mace. Alright, cool. Now, no higher level apparatuses, which is a little disappointing. I kind of want to hold off on some of the alchemy until we have that. Right. But we're not getting super lucky when it comes to that. Alright, so right here is where we need to go, and we have the key from the body that we saw at the beginning. There's going to be 2 or 3 more necromancers out here. We'll just kill them, grab the wood, and then return to Raminus. Okay. I don't know what I just grabbed, but some type of weapon that's probably not great. Okay, he's the dead. Alright. So we killed those necromancers, not too shabby. A glass mace. Staff of fire. Glass mace. And what was there? There's a 3rd necromancer here. And you can find both of their bodies, I think, just to tell him. But we have this unfinished staff right here. It doesn't weigh anything, so don't worry about overloading yourself. And now we can go back to Raminus, but we'll make a quick stop at Orland Way to sell off, and that should be that. I'm going to go ahead and wait for business hours, of course. And we'll go ahead and run over to her. They're low on charge. Might have to charge it with a regular soul gem. That's fine.
Afternoon. Good day.
Alright. We're gonna go ahead and
What can I
sell.
interest you in?
I have... Okay, I do have it at max. Okay, we'll sell all of these.
An ex.
And that's all fine. That's fine. Sell the fortify health. We don't need that.
That seems a fair.
Scrolls.
That seems a fair price. That's a fair deal.
And I didn't mean to grab that
Fine
bear pelt.
transaction.
Keep the lion pelt. We need that for a Daedric quest later on. Didn't mean to grab these bones. Looks like we're going to need to get some more repair hammers. And let's see as far as potions and poisons. Nothing really else.
I appreciate. Goodbye.
Alright. Mercantile up to 57. That level's way faster than it did in base Oblivion. I mean, I never had it as a major skill, so it's hard to reference at least that portion of it. And before I go, let me just quickly go buy some repair hammers from the boys. Renato.
Good day.
Yes, give me
What can I interest
repair
you in?
hammers, good sir.
Come back and see me. Farewell.
And Morrow, give me your repair hammers.
Look at my
as
wares.
well.
I'm sure there's something to suit you.
40
Thank you.
pounds is kind of a
Be
lot,
seeing you.
but we will quickly go through that. Okay, sorry about that. The game crashed for some reason. So let's go ahead and take our spoils back to Raminus.
Ah, you must be young.
All right, so here we
Greetings,
are.
apprentice.
Let's go ahead and tell him the bad news.
What? Necromancers at the cave?
Yes.
Ileta and Zarasha dead. I can't believe it. They've never been so bold before now. Always hiding in the shadows, staying away from the guild. What could have prompted this? I'll need to speak to the council about this. Thank you for relaying the information. Now tend to your staff and your wounds if necessary. Delmar at the Kiranasium can help you with the staff. See him right away.
All
You
right,
shall have
so
a
we'll
true
go ahead and do
mage's-
that. So the mage's staff, it's fine, I guess. You can get about 80 points of damage with it, but
Hello.
we get so much more with our weapons. If you want to make like a staff wielding mage, having this one is pretty good, but
Welcome
I'm just gonna make the one that costs the most and sell it.
Ah, yes. Now you'll need to decide what sort of staff you're looking for. Something that fits you and your abilities. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Enchanting staves can be a tricky business. Only certain spells will be truly useful to you, so I'll narrow it down some. Let's start with the school. Which appeals most to you? Destruction, illusion, or mysticism?
So we're gonna pick mysticism because we want money.
There are 3 things I can enchant the staff with. Soul Trap, Telekinesis, and Dispel.
We are gonna pick telekinesis, which is worth the most money when you are past level 15.
The staff will allow you to manipulate objects normally out of your reach. A handy and often amusing spell. Is this what you'd like?
That's what I want.
Right. I'll get to work. You come see me tomorrow, and I'll have your staff ready.
All right, whatever you say, big boss man. So we'll wait 24 hours and we will talk with him again. Hey, we can talk with him now. Major staff.
Yes, it's all finished. It's in that cupboard back in the corner. I hope it serves you well.
Yep, it'll serve me well by
Farewell.
giving me some money. So we have this, and we can take all of this stuff. So 4,060 is the most expensive staff you can get past level 15. We'll take all that. And bounce. Go see what else Raminus has for us. We should be casting. Not that one. We should be casting this as we run around. We're very close to level 75, in which we can make quite more efficient
Hello.
restoration spell.
I have a new task for you.
All right, tell me about it.
Before you begin, we must first discuss your advancement within the guild.
All right, then do that first.
In accordance with guild rules, you now qualify for the rank of journeyman. May you wear your rank well.
Okay, cool. And let's go ahead and talk about
The
the task.
council is investigating what happened at Wellspring Cave. Many of our resources are devoted to the task, leaving our ranks spread thin. There is a related book that needs to be recovered. It was recently loaned to Janice Hasseldor, the Count of Skingrad. I'd like you to retrieve it. I understand this may not seem the most important of tasks, but still, it needs doing, and you are one of the few available to do it. A note of caution. Skingrad is an unusual place. Be prepared for the unexpected.
All right.
Farewell.
Well, let's get to it. All right, so we gotta go to Castle Skingrad. Casting the spells as we go through.
Hello.
And we gotta speak with this gentleman here,
Yes.
Mercator.
Yes, the Mages Guild, you say? Oh, the Count is quite aware of your presence here. He simply has no interest in granting you an audience at this time. Now that I've seen you myself, I can't say that I blame him. Nevertheless, I shall endeavor to change his mind on the subject. Return tomorrow. Perhaps he will see you then.
All right, so we just gotta wait 24. Oh, there he is.
You there. I have an update for you. The Count has agreed to see you, but not here. He wishes to meet you north of the cursed mine outside of town, after 2 a.m. It would be wise of you to be on time. Follow the road west out of Skingrad, through the high pasture. The mine entrance is south of the road. The Count will meet you just outside it.
That's something a little funny. So he says north in the dialogue, but it was always been south of the actual mine. But I guess they just wrote south in the subtitles in the bottom, but they didn't actually revoice over the line. So little interesting with that little mismatch there. And unfortunately, our dagger is almost out of charge. So let's just go ahead and quickly recharge it a little bit. Make sure we are good to go for this fight we got coming up here. I think it may be too late for this to trigger because this is about where it's supposed to happen. So let's just go ahead and wait. Oh, well, that's why. We need to wait until after 2 a.m. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this. And we've been betrayed.
I'm afraid I misled you. The Count won't be arriving. In fact, he doesn't even know you're here. We're not about to let the Guild interfere with our plans, for the Count or otherwise. So, you'll have to die. Don't worry. We'll put your body to good use, I assure you.
Yeah, that was what I was worried about. Hey, he's the dead. Hey. And you can notice the guy right there, that's the actual Count.
Impossible fool. What possessed you to think I would suggest a meeting here, of all places? At least your gullibility served some useful purpose. I knew about Mercator, but not his friends. Now none of them are a threat any longer.
Go on.
Despite what your council may think, I've not thrown in with the Necromancers and would never do so. You may pass along that message.
I was only here for a book.
Is that so? Perhaps your council has not been entirely honest with you. Do you really believe they sent you here for a book? No, they sent you here to spy on me. They've heard the same rumors I have about the Necromancer's cult.
Go on.
Tell your council that the next time they want something from me, they come themselves. They don't send someone under false pretenses.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yes, I see that now. I regret that Traven has involved you in this way. At least you've survived. For now. Perhaps in the future you can be trusted enough to deal with more serious matters. Now our business here is concluded. I suggest you return to your council.
Alright. So with that out of the way, we can loot the body. Loot those bodies. Nothing much of use, unfortunately. Got a jade necklace. Alright, and let's go ahead and just prepare our stuff and get back to Raminus and get an explanation for what's going on. Okay, so here he is. One note, if you guys are playing a Atronach build and you're trying to stack spell absorption as high as you possibly can, this is a quest that you may want to save until you're level 30 plus. We do get an amulet here that I'll show off in just a second, but the highest level is level 30 plus, so that's just a consideration.
Have you been to Skingrad and seen Count Hasseldor?
I have.
Saved you, did he? Well, that's a good sign. I must apologize. It was never the Council's intention to put you in harm's way.
And why didn't you tell me the truth?
The Count's unique nature is not public knowledge. The Council wishes to keep it that way. At the time, it was believed that there was no reason to inform you, since it was not crucial to the task you were given. For that reason, I was unable to disclose more about his true identity to you. Clearly, that judgment was in error. I apologize.
Why was I skin grabbed?
Archmage Travin feared that sending a high-ranking official with the guild might draw too much attention and provoke a reaction from the Count. We were also concerned that it might drive any necromancers in the area underground, making them more difficult to root out.
I see.
We simply wanted to survey the situation in Skingrad. Our relationship with Hasseldor is tenuous at best. The Council has agreed to keep his nature a secret, and in exchange, he occasionally provides us with useful information.
Well, I can't help but think that you've damaged your relationship with him.
As a vampire, the Count has few allies he can trust. He has disguised his nature from most, but cannot hide it from the Council of Mages, so he approached us with an accord. As you have seen, that agreement is under a great deal of strain lately. The Count does not agree with certain policies the Guild has established.
You protect the vampire?
It's not quite that simple. Hasseldor is powerful, to be sure, but the Council does not consider him to be a threat. After all, he has ruled over Skingrad for quite some time, without incident.
So you no longer trust him?
We feared Hasseldor may have been involved with the Necromancers. Thanks to your involvement, it would seem that he is not. At least, not for the moment. We will continue to monitor the situation, but I assure you, we will make no further attempts to mislead you. You have done your job admirably, and I thank you for it.
All right. Well, let's talk
Your
about advance.
services to the Guild have not gone unnoticed. As of this moment, you have gained the rank of Evoker. Along with your new rank, please take this amulet. May it help keep you safe in times of danger.
Okay, so that was the amulet I was talking about, this Spell Drinker amulet. So it is level dependent. The highest level that you can get it at is level 30 plus, and at that point it would be 26 points of spell absorption. So with that, your Atronach base starting of 50 points of spell absorption and one other high spell absorption item, you should be able to hit the cap. I don't really care about it. Spell absorption is just the percent chance that it works. We'll wear it because we have nothing else to wear right now, but we're definitely going to be replacing this with another amulet as we go on. Yeah. And why am I so heavy right now? I'm carrying the lion pelt and the Minotaur horn. It's all those clan fear claws and Daedra hearts. And the repair hammers, of course. Alright, but let us go. As I was transitioning over here to this area, we did level up to expert in restoration. So let me quickly devise what our next spell level is going to be for training.
Hello there.
Okay. So we are going to be doing a fortify attribute, willpower, self, 100 points for 18 seconds is what we are able to do. We will call this Resto Training 2. And that is going to be our new number 6 spell. And this will be a decent little buff for combat as well, so it serves a dual purpose there. But yes, let us... Did we pick up the new quest? I don't think I picked up the new quest. I gotta go talk to Raminus.
Ah, you must be the Arcane University's newest.
All right, Raminus.
I have an...
Yes. Give me
Are
the
you
task.
ready for it? If not, I understand you've been through quite a bit lately.
I'm ready.
Very well. There's a research project going on at one of the Iliad ruin sites on the eastern side of the province. Irlav Jirol is in charge of the project and is apparently in need of some help. I thought you might need a break after the things you've been exposed to lately. You can find Irlav in the Archmage's Tower.
All right, tell me about Irlav.
He's a good man, but council matters have distracted him lately and he's been neglecting his other work.
All right.
Irlav should be waiting for you.
Let's go ahead and go through. Says we are trespassing, but I think we're fine, actually. Where? Let me just quickly check here. Open in map. Okay, so we gotta go downstairs. I don't know what's going on with this. I think he's actually out in the courtyard. Oh, there he
Greetings,
is.
Breton.
I guess he was coming through.
Please, you're about Vatican, are you? It's a damn shame. I haven't been giving the project the attention it deserves. The last report I received from Cyrodiil indicated there was some sort of problem. A blocked passage or something that they couldn't get past. I'd investigate it further, but I'm needed here with the council. Raminus says you've got a good head on your shoulders. Look into it for me, will you? You can find Cyrodiil at the site. Access is restricted, so you'll need this key.
Okay.
I eagerly await
Cool.
your return. Get yourself...
I think we have to talk with them about
It's an Iliad
Vatican
ruin
in order to
southwest
get
of
there.
Cheydinhall. We suspect that there are some interesting things inside, so a research project was established. Cyrodiil is there now, working on investigating the ruins.
Tell me about Cyrodiil.
She's the mage heading up the on-site research. She can tell you more about whatever it is that's impeding their progress.
All right, that should put it on the map for us. And yes, it's right there, so we'll go to the Blackwater Side Stables. And we'll be casting our training spell as we go. You can see they kind of bork leveling in the remaster, to be honest. Like Magic Schools never used to level this fast. Restoration especially is super slow, and I feel like so you probably could have buffed it a little bit. Buffing it as much as they did made it to where the magic and weapon divide is bigger than it ever has been, in addition to the change that you can no longer buff physical damage with Fortify Fatigue. So it just makes it to where if you're not using magic, you're basically wrong, and I don't know, I feel like build diversity is important in this type of game, and you basically have to be a mage or you cannot survive on the higher difficulties. Okay, so we leveled up. We'll make sure to head on over to our heavy armor trainer. This section of the cave has been cleared out by the Mages Guild, so don't worry too much about it. We're just gonna go down through here. They broke into the Iliad ruin right here, and here's Cyrodiil.
You have business here? Don't tell me Jarl sent you.
Yes, he did.
Irlav sent you, did he? Figures. He can't be bothered to come check on his own project, so he sends someone who knows nothing about it. And this is supposed to help? No offense to you, friend. It's not your fault. And perhaps you can help. If you can figure out how to use the pillar, I'd be thrilled. You're welcome to try your hand at it.
Tell me about the pillar.
That's what we're calling it, only because we don't know what it really is, or was. It's magical, we know that much. Enchanted somehow. We think it's a lock of some sort, but haven't been able to figure out how it works. All I can say for sure is that it reacts to magic, badly most of the time. Several mages were hurt attempting to cast spells at it. It's at the bottom of the ruins, if you wish to try your luck. Be careful though, it could be quite hazardous to your health. Best to play it safe. No complex magic. Stick to basic spells with single effects. It's not worth taking unnecessary risks.
Okay.
What a waste of my
So
time.
let's just go ahead and sleep because we did level up. That we are prepared. Level 21. Of course, more strength, more endurance, and a little more agility. We should be maxing out our endurance next level. That'll be very nice. Right. And she gave us the key, so we can go ahead and go through here. So we have this chest right here with a ton of spell scrolls, which are going to be useful in the quest.
Careful in
You can
here.
talk with this gentleman here. He will say, "Oh, you know, she's holding out on you. There's like a book that you can get, and it will give you instructions to read these various things." Basically, the way that it goes is that you have to kind of work out a little puzzle, but you go from left to right, and this little inscription basically says to use fire damage. This one says to use frost damage. This one says to use damage magicka. And this one says to use fortify magicka. So we're going to cast that on this pillar in that order. We'll go over to the spell scrolls. And we will do fire damage with flare. That'll start to bring it down. Next, we are going to do frost damage with... Is it entropic bolt? No, that's not it. Well, we have cold touch, so we can do that. Okay. Now we got to do damage magicka, which we do have the scroll for in... Okay, where is it at? Sever magicka. And fortify magicka was the elevate one. Okay. So with that completed, you don't have to do that little rigmarole running between them and stuff. Just saves a little bit of time. Now we get into the real part of the ruins. There are going to be enemies from here. Oh, we even got a raid. Gloom wraiths can be pretty scary. Elven longsword. What's our weight situation looking like? Not great. Definitely not great. Pick stuff up until we need to drop it. We got a grand soul in there. Okay. And let us continue. Should be some more undead around here. Careful of that trap. Trying to think if we can hear like ghosts and stuff coming through the walls. A little bit of gold right there. Alright. Strong dispel. Oh. Gotta hit that. Okay. Bloom wraiths can be dangerous enemies, so do be careful. And we're gonna go ahead and heal up a little bit. What do they have? Glass longsword is definitely worth it. Elven, as long as we have the space for it. We'll just quickly heal up a little bit. We can definitely make a better healing spell now that we have enough restoration. And the nice thing about these Gloom Wraiths is they do have the Grand Soul, so just be careful because the spikes, this will elevate you to where the spikes are. And let's go ahead and continue. Alien tasks here and there. Could be another Gloom Wraith around here. Ooh. That was not ideal. Okay, we got another one there. Let's just go ahead and... 4 hits is enough. Oh, I think that put us over. Yeah, so that one was poison, but let's just go ahead and quickly prepare all this stuff for extra levels, and then we can drop. That one, we don't need it. And if you do this at a lower level, it's much more manageable with like skeletons and zombies and stuff, but our build is strong enough to handle it, so it's all good. We're gonna go ahead and come over here, activate the switch, and that will bring these stairs up. And once we do that, we can hit this push block, grab the ancient elven helm, which is what we are looking for. We do have a couple of enemies to fight, so these nether liches are summoning zombies, so do be careful about them. Staff of Sickness is good. Okay, and then we got a bunch of undead there, so like I said, go for the lich first. And all their summons go away. They do have fairly valuable staves, I should say. And we're gonna have to drop another Elven Longsword. We'll drop that. And heal. And we can go ahead and go deeper into the ruins here. I think this is just a shortcut back to the entrance, actually. There are some wraiths here. He did hit me with a drain health effect, unfortunately. Alright, that's fine. Okay, we don't want to take that battle axe. It's definitely going to be too heavy for us. And got some soul gems. Just wait. Cure our ailments. And jump over. A little dicey jumping through there. But this brings us back into the main corridor. I do believe. Yep. So here's Cyrodiil. We'll give her this helm.
What's that you have there? That looks important, whatever it is. I think you've really found something. You'd best get that to Erlaf back at the Imperial City as soon as possible. He'll want the mages there to examine it more closely. What a waste of my talents.
Yeah, well, so is running errands a waste of ours, but you don't hear us complaining. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Had enough of people feeling sorry for themselves when they have the answer to the riddle the whole time. Okay. We're gonna go sell off real quick, and then we'll make our way back to Erla. And we will wait for business hours, of course. And go over to Orlin Way, our favorite merchant. Yes, I'm the hero of Kavach. As you can see, restoration is leveling real quick.
You have the hands of a healer. Well met.
That's what they tell me, Orlin Way.
I offer the
All right.
finest goods and lowest
You take
prices.
these arrows. This longsword, this
That's a good
longsword, that telekinesis staff that we had crafted. You can take that necklace. And all these spell scrolls that we need.
That's a good deal. An excellent bar.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say there are some more.
You drive a hard bar. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. That seems a fair
Got a
price.
spoon for some reason.
An
Turn
excellent.
undead, the water breathing tome. We don't need these welcome stones. And that is just fine. All of our worn weight is coming from our equipment, which we will go
Another
ahead.
You
And I
too.
almost forgot about doing our skill training. Let's go run quickly over to the inn and do that for this level. Why are we over encumbered still? What do we have? Oh, it's all these ingredients and stuff. I'm half tempted to just go store them in our little stump.
What's going on with you?
I love these people just gradually score. These people just gradually leveling up their gear.
You look like
I
quite the
hate the
alchemist.
things.
Be seeing you.
You look
He's
like a
got a
bright
full
one.
set of Daedric that
Hello.
is tempting.
What's new with you?
Quite a bit of stuff.
I saw some mud
Where's
crabs
our-
by
where's
the
our
water
guy?
recently.
There he is.
What can I do?
I need you to train me,
Knowledge
sir.
is the key to success in any endeavor.
Hey, heavy armor up to 94. Very, very
Take
nice.
care.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
So long.
And we will go ahead and travel. Oh, over encumbered. Alright, now we will go ahead and travel down to. Let's dump off our alchemy ingredients in our stump. And recharge our weapon while I'm thinking about it. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so let's go by what is least expensive. Actually, keep the cure poisons just in case. Keep that. We'll keep. We don't need the apparatuses either. Keep those. Keep those. Just basically keep all the poisons. Definitely, those are where a lot of the loot is coming from. Okay, and down to 169. That's much more manageable. Alright, now let's go talk to Ramus. Alright. Cast our spells as we're going
You
around.
must be the Arcane University's newest edition.
How goes it?
Where's Erla? There you are.
What's this? Some sort of alien artifact? Well, Romanus was right in sending you out there. Good work. I'll be sure and put in a good word for you.
All right.
Good day.
Thank you, Raminus.
Good work at Vatican. Jorol is quite pleased with the information now coming in about the site. There is another predicament, which I believe you can also help resolve, if you feel ready for it.
Well, let's do it.
Excellent. You have become most reliable, and I assure you that the Council appreciates it. Now, to the matter at hand. In order to deal with the apparent growing problem of necromancers in Cyrodiil, the Council needs as much information as possible. The Mystic Archives have been consulted with minimal success. Guild members are investigating other avenues, but I believe more can be learned here.
What do I need to do?
I'd like you to speak with Tarmina at the Mystic Archives. She is our specialist on Magica Arcana and has been helping gather information. I believe we have been asking her the wrong questions, taxing her too much with vague attempts to make sense of all that we know. Speak with her specifically about these black soul gems, if she knows anything about their powers or creation. An insight into their origins may lead us to those who are responsible for them.
All right,
back as soon as you can.
We'll go ahead and do that. So, go to the Mystic Archives. So, the Mystic
Fellow
Archives
Magister, may I speak
Well,
with
then.
you?
are...
I'm listening. Speak.
I believe
I
they're
won't take up much of your
that
time, but I thought you should
third
know.
building there.
I've had a breakthrough.
Good, good.
That's
I've had a
practice
breakthrough.
rooms.
Good,
Oh,
good.
there it is. It's over there.
But let's not be
I was on the wrong side.
must be sure.
Hey, Tarmina.
Look, if you're here for information, I'm afraid you'll have to find it on your own. I'm swamped right now, up to my ears in necromancy. Not practicing it, mind you. Wouldn't want anyone to think I was involved in that sort of thing. I simply meant researching it.
I was sent to see you.
Oh, of course you were. No doubt the Council is trying to get you to bother me further. I ran Karanya out of here just a short while ago and told them to leave me alone. I keep telling them I can't produce results if I'm not given any time. I'm not used to working under conditions like this.
All right, calm down, calm down. I'm here to help.
Help? No offense, but I don't see how you can do that. Unless you'd like to take some of this work off my shoulders, I'm beyond helping. But I do appreciate the sentiment. If there's anything specific you need, that may be more reasonable than just asking me about necromancers.
Tell me about Black Soul Gems.
Now that is a bit more specific. Finally, something I can respond to. Let me think for a moment. Ah, yes, there's one obscure text that references these gems. I believe it's still around here someplace, unless Falkar never returned it. The name of the book is Necromancer's Moon. I'm unclear on the origins of the text, but it does involve these gems you're interested in. I'm afraid you'll have to find it yourself. I'm so out of sorts with all these requests, I've lost track of most everything. It's very distressing. Farewell.
Well, I can tell you it's going to be super hard to find. Oh, wow. Necromancer's Moon. All right, now we can go take it to her.
A pleasure to... A most interesting text, is it not? We are fortunate that at least one necromancer took the time to record the information. I am unfamiliar with the shade of the revenant described within the book, but I was never one to dabble in the more, shall we say, amoral arts. You may take that with you for now, if you wish. The Council may have use for it. Please, ask them to return it quickly, as I may need it again.
All
Be
right,
seeing you.
peace out. All right, now let's go take this back to Raminus.
Good
And
to
we
see
leveled
you.
up. We can go and get more heavy armor.
Has Tarmina been of use in gathering information about the necromancers?
That she has.
Excellent work. I believe this will be of use to the Council. I shall make sure they're made aware of its contents. I've never heard of this Shade of the Revenant. Some sort of celestial phenomenon? If that's correct, then Bothil would most likely know something about it, as the caretaker of the orrery. She should be on university grounds. Good day.
Alright, so here she is.
Hello there. Is there something I can do for you?
Tell me about the Shade of the Revenant.
Revenant, you say? And it represents something in the heavens? It sounds familiar. Let me think. Ah, yes. Now I remember. Falcar was here some time ago asking about just such a thing. Said it was for research. He had a large sheaf of notes with him about it. I'm afraid I didn't have any more advice for him than I do for you. With the Ori in such a state of disrepair, I have no point of reference. Falcar did leave this behind. I think it fell from his notes as he left. I didn't pay it much attention, but perhaps it will be of use to you.
Paid enough attention to pick
Good
it up.
day.
Wow. Not gonna let good get force in the mouth. Raminus.
It's my pleasure. Please, continue.
Alright. Here is the Shade of the
So,
Revenant.
Falcar expressed interest in this Revenant as well, and left this note behind, did he? Perhaps we should look into it for more clues. This lists several locations. The first is the Dark Fissure, which I recognize. It's a cave in the mountains, south of Cheydinhal. If there is indeed an altar there, as the note suggests, I believe this cave is directly related to the contents of the book. Go to the Dark Fissure the next time this shade occurs. Search for any connection to what we've learned, and report back. Please, be careful. Anything you find is of no use to us if you do not survive. I believe we are dealing with powerful forces here. Do not put yourself in harm's way if it can be avoided. Be careful.
Alright, well, at least he is acting like he cares about us now, so that's a step up from where we've been, I guess. Alright, so first and foremost, let's go see our boy at the Roxy Inn. Alright, let's get inside here.
It's you. Hi. Hi there.
What is it now?
Still no
And
news
then,
out of
a good
man who
Ralph
honors the
since
nine
everybody
may
vanished.
visit the
One thing
wastelands
I
of
forgot
Oblivion.
to take advantage of is that there's this free bedroll back here that we can just quickly take use of.
Thank goodness someone that can help is here.
Okay, so 5 more points into strength. Max out our endurance. A couple more points in agility.
Thank goodness someone that can help is here.
Alright,
Good
for now,
What
we're almost there, buddy.
is power?
95, 96, 97, 98, 99. And they can't help me train any higher. So what we could do is we could get a drain skill enchantment, lower our skill by 1 or a bunch and then level up, but yeah, we can just get the blast up
Goodbye.
naturally. How close
How
are
goes
we?
it?
Let me check that out. Fairly close. You can just go let
Do you need
a
something?
mud crab or a rat hit us for a couple of times, and that should be good enough. Okay, so the Dark Fissure is here, so we'll just go to Vatican and we'll head over there. Okay, so I think there should be some mud crabs. Yes, here we go. Mud crab. There we go. Alright, so I will go ahead and just fast forward when this thing does enough damage to level us up. Alright, here we go. So now we no longer take any encumbrance from our worn armor. Let's just go ahead and relieve that mud crab of his life. And so now even though you can see the heavy weight right here, we only have 106 weight. So if we take this off, you can see that our weight goes up to 232, but while we're wearing it, it doesn't weigh anything, which is very, very nice. And you no longer have to cast Feather in order to move at full speed. So that's a handy little thing as well. Of course, having a little feather does remove your worn weapon weight, so there is still some use for it. We have that ring, but that is a very nice perk. And we are now getting the maximum heavy armor damage resistance that we can, so very, very nice. And we are getting close on the restoration as well. I think with our enchantment, we're probably at 100. Yeah, we're over 100 restoration. So now we can look to getting some Daedric armor and putting those fortify enchantments on it. Okay, so we're just going to jump up here to the Dark Fisher. Running up hills is hard. And so here is the altar. So the way that it works is you can put in grand soul gems. I don't know if I have any for demonstration. I do have a couple of grand soul gems. So you can put in grand soul gems here, cast soul trap on the altar, and when it is like the special shade Revenant Moon, then it'll turn them into black soul gems. Now the thing is, the Revenant Moon is every 8 days, starting on the day that you left the sewers. So it's like really random, and you can just spend. You could be really lucky, show up here on the 9th day, and have to wait a whole week trying to find this, or you can just run inside here and kill a guy, grab a note, and that is all good. Kill him, grab this handwritten note, and we'll go ahead and read it. And that should satisfy the quest. Where is... I think I can just leave it. Okay, so... Oh, okay. He actually did come out. We will recharge. I don't know what happened to the other skeleton, but... Alright. And let's go ahead and head back to Reminisce, my boy. And we will get to getting. Where is Reminisce? Alright, let's wait until he's here. Oh,
Afternoon.
Reminisce.
Hello, Evoke. Have you been to the Dark Fissure yet? We need to know all we can about the Necromancers.
Yeah.
So you saw them? The altars must be infused with some kind of power to change over the soul gems. I shall pass the news on to the council. Most troubling indeed to know that these are not merely myths. I also fear their numbers may be greater than we believed. You have again performed admirably. You have my thanks, and that of the council as well.
Alright, do we have an advancement for us?
You become more valuable to the guild with each passing day. The guild wishes to reward that, and so you are raised to the rank of conjurer. Accept these robes and wear them with pride.
Alright, so we got Rub the Conjurer, which is kind of useless.
Seek out Archmage Travin. He has personally requested that you see him for your next assignment.
Alright, so we'll take a look at those Conjurer robes. They're fine, but we got better stuff already, so, and they're not worth anything, they just weigh us down, so just drop them. And let's go over here to Archmage Travin's quarters, Travin, and speak with him about what happens next.
Greetings. It is high time that we met face to face, don't you think? Raminus has told me good things about you. You have advanced quickly and show great promise. I now intend to put your talents to a more direct test. I have a difficult task that you can, perhaps, assist with.
Alright, tell me about it.
Are you prepared to begin?
Yes.
Very good. Let me explain what is at stake. The Council of Mages has been aware of the increased Necromancer activity in Cyrodiil for some time. It had been our position to sit back and watch what unfolded, but that time has clearly passed. We cannot tolerate these attacks on the Guild. Most of our information on the Necromancers has come from an informant inside the cult itself, a Guild member who offered to infiltrate their ranks.
You have someone on the inside?
Yes, and we have for quite some time. Though the information he has provided is limited, it has given us a sense of their scope and power. The Council was initially reluctant to believe the information was reliable, but with recent events, they have little choice but to trust it. I fear that our informant is in danger, and that is why I have called you here.
Go on.
The lack of reports from Mucianus has disturbed the Council, and they are now concerned about the legitimacy of his information. A group of battle mages were dispatched to Mucianus' last known location with the intent of bringing him in for questioning. I argued against it, but eventually agreed to maintain order in the Council. I regret that decision, and that is why I wish to send you there.
Right. What am I supposed to
I
do?
fear the battle mages may mistreat Mucianus if they do not mistake him for one of the many necromancers no doubt present in the ruins. I wish for you to find Mucianus and ensure his safe return to the Arcane University. I do not want anything to go wrong. Please, hurry. The battle mages will arrive there soon, if they have not already, and time is of the essence. If, for any reason, they are unsuccessful, Mucianus' life will be in forfeit. You must make sure he is safe. Go now, and bring word to me as soon as he has been escorted to safety.
Where do I need to go?
Mucianus last reported being sent to the ruins of Nenyon Twill, south of the Imperial City. That is where the battle mages went. South of the White Rose River, nearly halfway to the border of elsewhere. I'm afraid I know nothing more about the location, or what you may expect to find once you arrive.
Very well.
Thank you. Know that I would not ask such a thing of you if I did not feel it was urgent, or that it was beyond your capabilities. I shall await your return. Make
All
haste.
right.
Mucianus
As you
is
say,
in danger.
sir. And let's go ahead and dip. And that is going to do it for this episode, guys. So I'll go ahead and show the vague outline of our character here. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.